Hello and welcome to the match this evening. We're gonna go for the game 10, um, which is in the losers bracket and the first match of the round 3 we're gonna cover here. And yeah, today we are gonna have Algfish31 versus Delzen. Um, oh, I actually forgot to set up a tiny bit, um, especially the personal best times of the players. I tried to have them last time, and so I'll just have to change everything. Um, it's just gonna take a second though, and then we'll be ready to start the match really soon. Because I'm not a professional streamer and I'm just doing everything by hand because it works and that's good enough for me. Okay, yeah, I think I'm ready to share the screens of the two players. Yeah, as you might see, Alfred's time on Steam looks different than his personal best, but his personal best was played on the web version, just so you know. Yeah, the real personal best is the one I wrote at the bottom. Yeah, and because I delayed it a bit, let's just start right off with the game. And I start the countdown. So start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, very nice. Um, this time we had to start from 5 because Delzen told me that last time he got a bit of delay because he is streaming his game over YouTube, so there's just a bit of delay there. Yeah, but we saw a pretty good start by both players. Algfish pulling a bit ahead, Delzen with a few lags, but that's just a technical issue on my side. That's not really in the game, as that's something that happens. I hope we won't see too much of those. Yeah, but both have not yet died. Oh, wait, maybe it was actually more of the delay of the game that caused the time difference. Yeah. So Delson is 1 or 2 seconds behind, but not really a whole lot. Because both players have not died yet. But Algfish did go a little bit faster in the revolve levels. But Delson takes back a bit of time here with the skip on gaps 4, which Algfish did not use. And whoa, okay, this is very nice. Also the skip on gaps 5, those two are yeah, not really that often seen in runs on this tournament, only by some of the best players, but as you can tell by his personal best time, he is a pretty strong competitor in the tournament. Yeah, and he's already 3 seconds ahead now. after the a bit slower start compared to Algfish. He managed to pull ahead because of his skips. Sadly, in real time, it looks like they are basically on the same pace, but we can just compare the in-game times, which are pretty much 3 seconds apart. Yeah. They're now gonna enter Thorny. 5 levels that are not that long, but there's usually 1 or 2 deaths happening in at least one of these levels. So let's see if both players can stay deathless here. This is so perfectly synchronized. Wow. That was very nice to see. It looks like I'm watching the same screen. The only difference is the in-game time. Oh, and Algfish did go a bit safer here. Again, especially Thorny 4, you see a lot of deaths, and yeah, it makes sense to go a tiny bit slower so that you can make sure to not die. So Algfish and Delzen managed to get through Thorny without any deaths, and are now both into shaft 2. There is a tiny skip here, but both of them are not taking it. So we're not gonna see a change in the time difference on that level. Yeah, and it's really nice to see both runners performing so well here. Yeah, still everything can change as soon as one of them messes up. Right now, Delzen. Oh, just as I said this, Algfish has a little death here as he jumped a bit too early. But still not that big of a deal, as most of the levels are far longer than the first couple of levels. For example, Ride, which they are in right now, is a lot longer, so a death on these levels can make or break a match. But there's also the skip in Ride 3, which could also cause a time difference. We saw it beautifully played by Delzen. Let's see if Algfish can manage to tie that. Oh, he decides to not go for the skip, and instead just goes safe to make sure he does not die. Yeah, we saw that a few times by Algfish already, which is one of the reasons why Delzen managed to pull a bit ahead. And yeah, after Ride, there's only hills left. So Delzen is almost hills left to the mini boss level. So Delzen is getting pretty close so far, having pretty much perfect run on his side, I believe. He did not yet die, and even performed a few more skips than Algfish did. Both are now on hills, but Delzen is even on the real time, the full level ahead. Yeah, I have to remember that their in-game time is 3 seconds, has 3 seconds of time difference. I think that's probably because the stream of Delzen did lag a bit in the beginning. Wow, that looked really fast on Delzen's side here on Hills 4. But Algfish, yeah, it's going pretty quick too, but I think you actually have to jump on the way down from the last hill, I just say, so that you go the quickest. And he did not do that, but it's a very tiny difference, so nothing that will change the outcome of the game probably. But what I missed, what I didn't tell you about yet, was that in the level Algfish is still in, and Delzen just got out mini boss level 1. Delzen did actually get a skip that Algfish didn't. There is the like revolving spikes where you fall through, and you can go diagonally there, but it's a bit tricky, as usually you should die when not going for the outer circle, but there is actually a way to go diagonally in there, which Delzen did, but Algfish didn't. So once again, Delzen is pulling ahead step by step. Delzen did hit the skip on the 4th lift level, so he is now on lift 5, while Algfish just entered lift 4. I'm gonna try to compare the times. Delzen entered the door on lift 5 at 8 minutes and 57 seconds. A very good time as well, like in general, not just for Delzen. And oh, Algfish dies there. That is really unfortunate. I think he he missed the. Did he jump there? Oh yeah, I think he jumped there and therefore accelerated far too quickly and died to the top of the level. So he only got in the door on 9 minutes and 33 seconds. So Delzen has quite a huge lead now. Also, he performed the skip in Clones 4 very nicely. Algfish does his little strategy for consistency on Clones 2, which does lose a bit of time compared to the perfect route, but it's just way more safer. So yeah, we see a lot of strategies that could be done faster by Algfish, but he just goes for a safer route, which of course makes sense as this is in the match. Sadly, Algfish did die on Clones 4, so Delzen gets even more of a time lead, and yeah, Delzen did not really mess up anything, if I remember correctly. This is looking really good for Delzen so far. Oh, just as I talked about it, Delzen did die, but I think Algfish did so as well on runner 1. I think the saw got him. But I missed it as Delzen just died on runner 3 pretty much at the same time. So yeah, that was more shocking for me because I really think it was the first death of Delzen. Still a really strong time. He didn't even die at the last parts of runner 3, so that's not a huge time loss there. Algfish is now also on runner 3, while Delzen is on the last level of runner, which is the longest by far. Wow, and he almost dies there. That was really close. But these platforms are always scary. Still, Delzen is here with a really, really strong performance already onto enemies 1. While Algfish is just starting runner 5. Okay, Delzen is through with um, enemies too. There are a lot of different routes people take on enemies too, which I find kind of funny, but I feel like the most important thing is to just find something that you are comfortable with, as most of them are not that much longer as like the fastest route found yet. So yeah, it's just a bit yeah, I think they even take the same route here, just going for the first button instantly and then pushing back the enemy and afterwards just sprinting through the level. So there's not going to be a time difference there, but you can just start by pulling back the enemy, and then you can hit all the buttons, and that is a bit faster, but as I said, not that much. Well, but Delzen um, is a bit faster than he was last time, as he's already in Falling 1. Algfish is just now entering Enemies 5, which is quite the long level. Meanwhile, Delzen still falling. um, yeah, there's not that much happening here. Algfish also turns back, very nice. It took quite a while until I finally figured that level enemies 5 out for myself, because I always thought you were just trapped and both enemies would kill you, and I didn't even think about uh, going towards one enemy, because why would you? Um, but Algfish is also on to Falling 2 here. Meanwhile, Delzen is already in Falling 5, still with a very beautiful run with just one death. And yeah, therefore he is just quite ahead. It looks like he's gonna take the first match here. Delzen is now on to Arcade 1. Yeah, um, now the levels come where we might even see a change of the outcome of the match, because the incredibly long levels of incredibly long and incredibly buggy levels of arcade have costed and yeah, sometimes even saved some time for a lot of players on the tournament already. But they are both in arcade, so this is always a bit scary. This is not looking like how the comets usually behave in Arcade 3. But Delzen still does manage to get through cleanly and is already on to Arcade 4. He is accelerating pretty quickly, but he has to brake there. Very nice movement by Delzen. And he's now on to Arcade 5, the buggiest level of them all. So far it does not look bad though. Is it just me, or is pretty much every Arcade 3 run on the tournament bugged lately? Maybe I just remember the level wrong, but I felt like Algfish also had weird comments. Well, but Delzen did not encounter a bug on Arcade 5, I believe, and he's through with it. So now there's just the glitch levels left, and then there come the final 5 levels. if Delzen can manage to keep up the good pace and avoid dying, then he might even get a new personal best, I think, because this is a really strong run so far. And yeah, Algfish is not far behind. So also a pretty strong run, but it might not be enough for the first round of the match. But as I said, I feel like it could even be a new personal best for Delzen, and Algfish is not far behind, so it could definitely be a personal best for him. If he can keep up the level of his gameplay he has put up so far, as he also almost did not die, and yeah, is going through these levels just very nicely. Delzen already on the last couple of levels. Oh, and he lets himself get pushed up by the block. That is a nice way to do it. Algfish dies on the source in glitch 4. No way. On the thin part he did die. So let's see if he can push through now. No, he dies again. Oh, that is really unfortunate. That's not what you want to see. Right at the end of the run, this very difficult level, it's pretty tough, but he gets it on his third try. Third try times the charm. Very nice. Delzen is on the second to last levels, meanwhile Algfish is just on glitched 5. So if Delzen does not completely mess up the last 2 levels, he is definitely gonna take home the first round of the match. But this is, of course, a best of 3, so only the first player to get 2 wins in a row wins the whole match. Delzen is on the last level. Yeah, and as I said, this might even be a personal best if he can manage to not fall on the level. Then he's looking on a new personal best time, which is very strong, as he already has a sub 22 time. So yeah, I don't know what to say. So let's switch to Algfish, who just went into the third to last level and manages to go through very quickly. Nice. Yeah, back to Delzen. He is almost at the end of the level. There's not much that you can fall on left. Most people fall on the springs, which he did avoid. So yeah, let's hope he gets through, and this is looking very good. So we are actually gonna see a new personal best by Delzen here, right at the first game of the match. Very well played. New best of 21 minutes and 37 seconds. So the first round is gonna go to Delzen. Very clean run. Nice. And Algfish is not that far behind. If he can manage to not choke at the last level, even though he did die a few times on glitched 4, he still can get a new personal best time here as well. Of course, 2 personal best times would be very huge, and yeah, we can already see it on Delzen's screen. He is already going into the pause between the rounds. But Algfish is, we are still gonna watch Algfish finish up his run. Oh no! Oh, a quick fall right at the end. So this is not gonna be a new person best for Algfish, even though he got so close. Very unfortunate ending here, but still a very strong performance. Very close to his personal best. Still, as I said, it's not gonna be enough. 23 minutes and 3 seconds versus a new personal best of 21 minutes and around 30 seconds. So Delzen is gonna take the first round here. Okay. So the first first round is now over, and we're gonna go in a quick, yeah, about 5 to 10 minutes break probably, and I'll see you afterwards. Okay, we are back from the quick break. Oh, let me um, just move this over a bit. Perfect. Okay, and I hope everything is working fine. Yeah, it's looking good. So, yeah, let's just go on to round 2 of the game. Yeah, I am just gonna start the counter now and start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay. So we got a little bit of delay on Delzen's side. Interesting. We tried to check before we started the match to see if everything with the start counter would work out, and apparently still something got between it. So we are also we are gonna have a quick yeah, time difference between both players, but still only in real time and not in the in-game time, so that's not gonna affect the match. But what will affect the match is the tiny mess up we saw on Delzen's side here in Revolve 4. So Algfish is gonna pull ahead as he successfully pulled off the skip there, and yeah, he went in the door on gaps 1 in 1:19, so Delzen is pretty much 10 seconds behind Algfish right now. Whoa, what is that? Okay, sorry for that. That was weird. I somehow got kicked out of the Discord stream. So I had to switch back to it real quick. But that's not gonna disturb the run. Sadly, we might have missed one level or two, but Delzen, as we saw, did manage at least to get the skip in gaps 5. I can't tell if he got the skip on gaps 4 as well, but I feel like he did because he went for it last time, and this time he did not die as well, as that would have been slower. So he probably did it as well, which is gonna cause him to almost catch back up, but it looks like he's still behind a few seconds. Yeah, Algfish ended the door here on 37, and Delzen is gonna be a bit late, actually around 6 seconds later. So Algfish still managed to keep up his lead. And goes into Thorny. Last match they both got through the levels in Thorny without dying once. But still they are pretty tricky, so the placement could change in Thorny once more. But so far it's looking really good. The trickiest level, of course, is Thorny 4. Algfish goes through more confidently than last time, but still waits at the last spike. So Delzen is gonna catch up a tiny bit, but both managed to not die still, so it's not gonna be a huge difference in the end. Let's try to get a quick overview of the time between them again. Algfish entered the door on shove 1 at 4:03. Delzen did on 4:09. 9, so around 6 seconds between them. I think that's a bit less than it was last time I checked. So um, Delzen managed to catch up a bit more. Yeah, and because they didn't really go for different routes on these levels, I guess. Oh wait, they did. Okay, I guess it's mostly because of better gameplay, but I can't remember if I checked the time last time before Boom 3 because I think Delson went a different round than Algfish there, which was a bit faster. So he might have saved some time there. But both did activate the spike on the platform a bit late, so it's not gonna make a difference in the end because they both went a bit late. Last time Delson managed to get it cleaner, but Algfish is probably not gonna go for the skip on this level. Yes, so Delson, if he can do the skip, is gonna get back a bit of time, and oh my goodness, that was close. He almost jumped over the platform, which still wouldn't have killed him, but just barely hung on and managed to pull off the skip. That was great for Delson. It's gonna get him closer to Algfish. He's once again inching closer to Algfish. Last time he was inching away from Algfish, now he's inching closer to Algfish. Yeah, and still, Algfish is a bit ahead. He's entering the door on 6:27 with the sound. Yeah, and Delson has it on 6:32, so still roughly 5 seconds between the two players. And yeah, they haven't died in a long time. The only death we saw was by Delson on Revolve 4, if I remember correctly. So right at the beginning of the run, and afterwards they had a very clean game. And yeah, it's very strong performance, just like we saw in the last run. And maybe we can even get just as good results in the end. Maybe we are gonna see a new person best from Algfish this time. Yeah, but Delson, here we can see it. He is gonna take the diagonal on the circle, which is a bit faster. I'm actually a bit surprised that it's looking this close because that might just mean that there's not really a time difference between them anymore. I was entering the door on 7:52. Okay, there still is on 7:55 for Delson, so a tiny bit of difference is still there, but not a lot, which Delson just might get back here because even though he did reset right at the beginning of the level once more. Oh, what I was trying to say is he managed to skip a lift in lift 1, but Algfish dies twice on lift 2 here. I'm a bit confused on why he died the second time. The first time he did go to the left suddenly, but missed the platform, so he died. But the second time, it looked like he just couldn't reach far enough. Maybe he got distracted for a second and restarted before he really started running, and therefore didn't go far enough to the right. Well, but yeah, that's just what Delson needed to take back the match. And he also went a bit faster on lift 5. Oh, interesting. So we saw why Algfish did jump on the last lift of lift 5, as he did it once more here, but this time he didn't accelerate into the ceiling, but instead just had the jump and got the lift right afterwards, so that he could just go into the door. I wonder why it didn't work last time. Maybe if you go too close to the time of the lift, then it's just gonna be added up. The acceleration is just gonna be added up. I don't know. But Algfish is now through to clones 5 after a quick reset on clones 4 to complete his setup for the skip. But Delzen is still quite in the lead now, as he's onto runner 2 already, while Algfish is just finishing runner 1. Delzen is just finishing runner 2. So he entered the door at 10:44. I'm gonna try to get a new time difference between them. Yeah, this time let's manage to almost get a 20-second lead. Did I see that correctly? I was not expecting 20 seconds, but yeah, I think I didn't have a mistake there. Well, still, there are quite a few levels left after runner. There's still, well, what comes right after runner? Oh, enemies comes right after runner, I think. And after enemies, there's still falling, and then comes arcade, and then comes glitched. Yeah, after runner comes enemy. And they are not that far apart from each other, although some of the time difference is getting, let's say, is getting eaten by the quick real-time difference they have in their runs, but it's not that much real-time difference actually, as their in-game time is just about 2 seconds apart from each other. So we can actually still compare their times pretty much 1-to-1. Algfish is just now entering enemies 3, but yeah, as you can see, they are still on the same level. So it's not a crazy lead Delzen has. Entering the door at 12:55. And of course, enemies 4 is quite the long level. Okay, maybe it's just because enemies 5 is such a long level. Yeah, Algfish is gonna enter the door at 13:13. So 18 seconds time difference between the two players. Still a death could change everything, but so far Delzen is not really dying in both of these runs. He barely died at Revolve 4, but except for that, he managed to go through pretty cleanly. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he only died at Revolve 4. They're trying to go for the skip, and did not die at any point in any run before that. Yeah, so once again, a very strong performance, even though it's very strong performance by both runners. Delzen is still ahead. And while Algfish is still on falling 3, Delzen is just entering falling 5. Well, that's mostly because falling 4 is such a quick level. Delzen, it looked like it was relatively close to him dying right at the end of falling 5, which would have turned the game around in favor of Algfish31, but Delzen did not, so he's still in the lead. Okay, I got a bit confused there because it felt like they were closing in on each other, but I just forgot how Arcade1 works, as slowly the spikes appear and then the door, and I just saw that they have the same like size of the platforms. Delzen is through with Arcade 3. That was very much at the same time they entered the door there. But Algfish entered the door on Arcade 2 and Delzen on Arcade 3. But Delzen goes a bit fast on Arcade 4 and dies to the top of the level. So Algfish is right on his tail now. Still, Delzen is a bit ahead, entering the door at 37 seconds, and Algfish at 45 seconds enter. But they are so close to each other. A glitch on this level or a fall on the or death in the other levels could make the difference here. Still, I think probably Delzen will take the match because Algfish last run did not use the strategy to get through glitch 4 consistently, where you just hug the wall to the left, and Delzen did use it, and Algfish did die a few times on glitch 4. If the same thing happens this time, that is gonna make quite the difference. Delzen manages to get through glitch 2 without dying, and Algfish is looking like that as well. Very nice. Glitch 2 is where a lot of people die even after playing through the levels quite a bit. But Delzen is now in glitch 4, and he's gonna get pretty large. Algfish in glitch 4 as well, but here we can see it. Delzen is hugging the wall to the left and therefore not dying, and Algfish is gonna stay on the correct spot and goes through perfectly. So he is still right on the tail of Delzen. Delzen still has the edge on Algfish, but they are so close to each other, so a mistake by either of them in the last levels still can decide the match. It could still fall in either one's favor. But Delzen is just cruising through the level. Algfish going a bit slower to at least not die. Makes sense, but that could cost him the match in the end. If Delzen only gets a small fall, just what I was talking about. Okay, so yeah, Delzen did fall a bit, but that's not enough for Algfish to catch back up fully. Delzen still has a tiny bit of lead, but it's really, really close. Um, yeah, Algfish has a really strong run, so it's looking like he can get new personal best as well, but I'm not going to focus on that. More important is the outcome of the match, and it's just so close. Algfish enters the door at 85. Okay, Delson enters the door at 85. Algfish enters at 20 minutes exactly, I think. But that's just 2 seconds there in the second to last level. And pretty much on the same time in real time. Algfish actually a bit faster on the steps here. Enters the door first on my screen, but again, there is a time delay between the two runs, so Delson is still a bit ahead. But that even could change with just very clean gameplay by Algfish. This is getting so close. It looks like Algfish is pulling a bit ahead here and manages to get a bigger lead towards Delson, but then he did not take the spring instantly, so oh, okay. And Delson takes the spring a bit more aggressive than Algfish, so Delson is gonna take the lead definitely back. Still, either of them could fall, which if Delson falls, it would probably result in his loss of the second round. Either way, Algfish is looking at a new personal best time here. But Delson is gonna finish it up clean. So even though it was such a close fight at the last time, we're gonna end this up with a 3 second difference. I think this is the closest match we had on the tournament, and Delson is still gonna win the second round. So with only a 3 second difference, Delson is gonna win the second round as well. So he is gonna take home the win with a 2-0 versus Algfish. Even though that was a huge run and new personal best by almost 1 whole minute by Algfish. Um, well, I can't perfectly tell you how much it slowed you down. But yeah, an insane run by you Algfish, but still sadly not enough against the run of Delson. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tournament plan as the winner is set now. Delson is gonna move on to the half final of the losers bracket, which is going to be a 3-way match with the loser of the final match of the winners bracket. And sadly, we have to say goodbye to Algfish. Thank you so much for participating. I hope you had fun. It definitely I definitely had fun watching your runs. Yeah, but still, you sadly are out of the tournament. Yeah, so this is pretty much gonna be it for the match today. It's still a best of three, so yeah, comeback for the next match is probably gonna be the half final or last game of the winners bracket, game number 9. But I'm still not 100% certain if we can actually do a best of 5 there, or still gonna do a best of 3, because a best of 5 in Level Devilest just takes up such a huge amount of time. Um, so I can't really tell right now, but the match is pretty surely gonna be tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, and the match by the rematch again, Cuba Break against Forrester is not yet set. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow as well. So we are probably gonna have at least 2 matches tomorrow. And yeah, just wanted to tell you that before I'm ending the stream right now. Thank you for watching this match as well, and I'll see you on the next one.